Soup Grape Soup. Hello, my name is Eugene and I am from Ireland. I've come to Siem to visit and to view the temples, which is very famous, in Angkor Wat. And I'm staying in the Twist Hostel. So many things you can do in Siem other than visiting the temples. There's tours and trips which you can book through the hostel. And in the hostel, the accommodation is really very beautiful. They call it hostel, but my experience in a way is much more like five-star hotel. So as a facilities, the rooms, they are variety from single private rooms to dormitories, all with air conditioning. There is in the top deck, there is a beautiful swimming pool outdoors, and food in the bar that you can have in the bar, or you can have it by the poolside. And also a beautiful restaurant in the evening where you can listen to live music every night. The staff and the service is really top quality, with a great joy, a great service. I came to spend a few days in Siem, but after 7 days I'm still here. It's very difficult to leave when you arrive. It's a bit like the Hotel California. Once you arrive, very hard to leave. Also, what the hostel are doing is to developing their program and their tours, so that not only just going around Siem Reap, but on the countryside in the province of Siem Reap. And I had the experience to go and to try one of these tours with my tour guide, Sapera. And just to give you a little insight, a little explanation of how the day went with the tour. We set off from the hostel in the morning with the tuk-tuk driver, and we wanted to travel to a small rural community village about 20-25 kilometers east of Siem Reap. And it's on the direction towards Phnom Penh. The first beautiful experience we come to is the chicken village. And the chicken village gives you an insight into how the local community are living here. And they have, for maybe the distance of 1-2 kilometers along the side of the road, they all have their stalls and their stands where they are selling the most beautiful roast and barbecue chicken, and also barbecue fish from the local rivers. There on our tour we stopped and we enjoyed some of this barbecue chicken, and also took some with us for the journey. We didn't have time at this moment, but you can also relax in any of these places in beautiful hammocks that you can just have a siesta, and it's very relaxing, very beautiful. From the experience with the chicken village, we continue on further into the rural and the countryside, and Sapera had set up an exchange and an encounter with the sugar cane farm. And here we got to have to explain to us about the process of growing the sugar cane and learning a little bit about it. And then we were able to experience the process to make the sugar cane juice, in harvesting and cleaning the sugar cane, and then passing it through the juicer to extract the juice from the sugar cane, which we sampled and was really quite beautiful. Also, for part of our project, we took with us to share in a later adventure with children, we took with us some of the sugar cane juice. After leaving this, we went and closer into the village where there is the local people and the market. It's primarily agriculture and fruit growing in this part of the province of Siem Reap. And we spent some time walking around the market, meeting and engaging with the local traders and their stalls, and getting a feeling and an insight into how they are living and how their lifestyle is evolving. After this, we stopped by and experienced a local school where they're teaching English to children. So the children study in the public school, but also they are in the afternoons and in the evenings study in a voluntary school. And the idea with the teaching of the English is to help the children, because tourism is a big part of Cambodian life, but more particular around Siem Reap. And having English is a help and an advantage in gaining employment. Also in the school, not right at the moment, but they are developing also a project with computers, because English, and not everybody can maybe gain access to employment with the tourism, and also we know, as through the experience of the pandemic, that this can be taken away at any moment. And so in order to have other skills, they are beginning to teach computers also in the school. And so part of our travel and our visit was to see and to experience how the school operates and how they are. So we had an afternoon where the children showed us like their joy, their enthusiasm, their love for the study, and showed us some of their games. And so we had this contact, we shared some food and some pizza together, and we enjoyed the sugarcane juice from our earlier adventure. And from there, we made our way back again towards Siem Reap to have another cultural exchange and a cultural experience with a small theatre group on the outskirts of Siem Reap. And so here we saw 5 shows performed by young children from 5 years old to 18 years old. And this for me was the most beautiful experience, to see the simple facilities, but the most incredible professional costumes and performance from these young children. This was one of the highlights. Each aspect of the day had its own beautiful highlight and beautiful enthusiasm about it. But the theatre was something special to see how these children performed, and with such grace and such concentration. And from this we slowly made our way back to the hostel, having had the most fulfilling day through all these experiences, and for sure getting a good insight and a good feeling, and yeah, a good background thanks to Sapera as our guide for the day. Yeah, something more to feel about Cambodia and about Khmer culture, and yeah, direct contact with this. So for this, I am very grateful, and certainly feel I know a little bit more about Cambodia and Cambodian culture thanks to the experience. Thank you very much. Akun.